The WWE world was rocked to its core when Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker unleashed what insiders are calling the most vicious backstage and in-ring assault on Jacob Fatu in recent memory. This wasn't a spontaneous eruption of anger. Rather, it was a calculated, meticulously planned strike designed to send a clear, brutal message. What followed sent shockwaves not only through the WWE locker room, but throughout the entire wrestling community, igniting debates about the boundaries of physicality, respect, and power in modern professional wrestling. Brewing tensions. Behind the curtain. Weeks before the explosive confrontation, tensions had been simmering quietly but steadily backstage. Bronson Reed, a powerhouse known for his hard-hitting technical style, had grown increasingly frustrated. Despite his undeniable talent and rising momentum, Reed found himself repeatedly blocked from ascending to the main event scene. The primary obstacle? Jacob Fatu, whose dominance and aura of invincibility seemed to place him untouchable in the eyes of WWE's hierarchy. Reed had been vocal in private conversations, expressing his discontent with what he perceived as an impenetrable ceiling. To Reed, Fatu wasn't just a rival. He was the symbol of everything standing in the way of his long-sought singles glory. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker, equally hungry and fierce, saw the situation as his opportunity. Breakker had long been compared to WWE legends due to his explosive power and imposing presence, yet felt he hadn't yet been granted the main event status he deserved. The convergence of these two fierce competitors was inevitable. When Reed and Breakker found common ground, their alliance became a ticking time bomb, one that WWE Creative recognized as an opportunity to radically reshape the power dynamics within the heavyweight division. The assault, more than just a segment. The assault began under the guise of a heated promo during a live SmackDown segment. The tension was palpable from the moment Bronson Reed grabbed the microphone, voice raw with frustration and determination. He called out Jacob Fatu directly, questioning why the heavyweight powerhouse seemed to glide through challenges unscathed and unchallenged. Reed's words were laced with a biting edge, an audible challenge that sent ripples through the audience and locker room alike. Enter Bron Breakker. His mere presence added an ominous layer of intensity. Standing beside Reed, his towering figure radiated menace, the silent promise of chaos to come. WWE officials had planned for the cameras to capture every second of this escalating confrontation, zeroing in on Fatu's steely, emotionless expression that masked the storm brewing beneath. But then, the scene spiraled beyond the script. As Reed and Breakker closed the distance, what was supposed to be a verbal showdown quickly erupted into raw violence. Bronson Reed unleashed a devastating clothesline that staggered Fatu, the impact echoing through the arena like a thunderclap. Before the dust could settle, Breakker followed with a running power slam so fierce it seemed to shake the very foundation of the ring. While fans saw chaos on screen, insiders revealed that the intensity was far beyond what made the broadcast. Fatu, renowned for his resilience, landed hard on his shoulder and ribs, his body visibly wobbling from the brutal hits. Ringside staff called for a pause to check on his condition, but Reed and Breakker, caught in the heat of the moment, brushed aside safety protocols, fueling the sense that this was not mere performance. It was a declaration of war. Backstage fallout, controlled chaos, and rising heat. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere was electric yet tense. Staff and fellow superstars alike described the scene as controlled chaos. Fatu's allies were frantic, urging officials to intervene, but security personnel were caught in a difficult position. Break up the assault and risk undermining the live show's dramatic momentum, or allow the story to unfold at the cost of wrestler safety. Producers debated fiercely. Some advocated for halting the segment entirely, fearing it had crossed into unsafe territory. Others, captivated by the raw chemistry between Reed and Breakker, pushed to let the assault play out. Ultimately, the desire to preserve the moment's visceral energy won out. After the segment, the consequences became clear. Fatu was found bruised and sore in the locker room, with medical personnel conducting thorough evaluations focused on his shoulder and midsection injuries. Though doctors expect him to recover physically, the severity of the attack and its psychological impact are undeniable. A strategic power play, shifting the heavyweight landscape. This assault was far more than a moment of violence. WWE Creative intended it as the opening salvo in a larger, carefully constructed narrative. The goal was twofold: dismantle Fatu's image as an invincible giant, and simultaneously elevate Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker as legitimate, terrifying forces in the main event scene. Reed and Breakker's contrasting styles are central to this strategy. Reed represents calculated brutality, a hard-hitting technician with a ruthless edge. Breakker embodies raw, explosive force, a powerhouse who can change the course of a match with sheer physical dominance. Together, they are a disruptive force challenging the existing order. One insider described the attack as a power play written in flesh and sweat, emphasizing how it symbolically rewrites the pecking order among WWE's heavyweights. The dual assault not only showcased their ability to coordinate complex, high-impact moves, but also demonstrated a ruthlessness that WWE officials are eager to spotlight. Faction dynamics and locker room reactions. The backstage political undercurrents are equally compelling. Reed and Breakker insisted on sharing the spotlight, refusing to let one overshadow the other. This insistence challenged WWE Creative to balance the narrative carefully, ensuring both men emerged as top-tier threats without diluting the impact. Jacob Fatu, though aware the segment would be physical, was reportedly surprised by the aggression displayed. Observers described a moment during the beatdown when Fatu's stoic facade cracked, revealing a rare vulnerability, a legend realizing he could be toppled, an image that will be replayed for weeks to come. The locker room was abuzz, with veteran wrestlers divided between admiration for the segment's old-school intensity and concern over its risks. Younger talent expressed unease about matching such aggressive storytelling without jeopardizing their own health. Social media explosion and fan polarization. The fallout extended far beyond the arena. Clips of the brutal assault, particularly the double F5 moves and coordinated power strikes, flooded social media, instantly going viral. WWE's analytics team flagged the segment as one of the night's top trending moments, outpacing typical main event hype. Fan reactions split sharply. Some praised the realism and raw energy, thrilled to see a return to intense, adrenaline-fueled storytelling. Others feared WWE might be burying Fatu by depicting him dominated by two rising stars simultaneously, sparking heated debates and fervent speculation about the company's booking decisions. Psychological warfare and long-term storytelling. This attack isn't just a physical blow. It's a psychological assault designed to chip away at Fatu's aura of invincibility. Sources indicate that Reed and Breakker have since intensified their mind games, taunting Fatu in promos, backstage interviews, and on social media, questioning his toughness and resilience. Creative executives are reportedly delighted with the layered narrative, which combines physical dominance with psychological torment. The storyline is being crafted as a months-long arc, promising escalating tension and confrontation, possibly culminating in a major pay-per-view showdown. Training, preparation, and ambition. Behind the scenes. Both Reed and Breakker are described as intensely motivated. Reed's frustration with previous near misses fuels his drive, and Breakker's desire to step out of the shadow of legendary predecessors adds urgency to his performance. Their alliance is a perfect storm, a fusion of ambition, skill, and hunger for main event status. Behind closed doors, the duo's chemistry and intensity have impressed producers, who see them as a potentially unstoppable force if given room to grow. The attack was more than a spectacle. It was a carefully choreographed demonstration of their capacity to lead WWE's heavyweight division into a new era. Brace yourself. The war has just begun. As this saga develops, expect the intensity to rise. Physical confrontations, mind games, factional rivalries, and high-stakes pay-per-view showdowns will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Jacob Fatu have ignited a war that transcends the ring. A battle for dominance, respect, and legacy that will echo through WWE history for months to come. The question remains, who will emerge from the ashes stronger? And who will be crushed under the weight of ambition and brutality? One thing is certain, The WWE Universe will be watching every brutal, emotional, and unforgettable moment.